It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. It's believed an electrical fault sparked a fire which gutted a 40-foot cruiser berthed at the Marmong Point Marina this morning. Firefighters arrived just after 4:15 to find the aluminium cruiser well alight. A 50-year-old man and a 35-year-old woman who'd been sleeping on the boat were treated at the scene for minor smoke inhalation. The cruiser was towed to First Street, Bullaroo, and the fire was extinguished just after 6:30. Police are investigating a home invasion at Mayfield West, which has left an elderly woman nursing a black eye and bruised knee. The 81-year-old was pushed to the ground in her Gordon Street home at about 4 yesterday morning after she was woken up by a man rifling through her drawers and cupboards looking for valuables. It's believed he fled with an amount of costume jewellery. Inspector Terry Burns is urging anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, that's correct. If anybody in that street or residing in the street or happened to be driving through at the time and saw anything, they could give us a ring or call Crime Stoppers. We'd appreciate any information we can get.
Detectives from Strike Force Roopers have charged another 2 people on drug offences following arrests at the weekend. A 24-year-old Louth Park man is accused of supplying commercial quantities of ecstasy, while a 17-year-old from the Maitland area has allegedly been caught with 8 kilograms of cannabis. The raids followed the arrests of another 3 men last week at Spears Point, Cameron Park and Cardiff, who were allegedly caught with thousands of pills of the drug ice and close to 20 guns. Endeavour Group Australia will open a new community program centre at Fennell Bay this morning as disability services strive to meet demands. The centre is a part of a network of support centres which cater to the growing need for additional services and facilities in Lake Macquarie. Endeavour Group CEO Don McCaskill says the centre will provide a range of essential resources.
Initially we're running community programs, so we'll be providing activities that support people with a disability, that challenge them and assist them to grow and provide them with purpose.
Lake Macquarie Council is considering holding on to the carbon tax money paid by householders in waste levies. Council will vote tonight on a plan to use the cash for sustainability projects instead of refunding it to ratepayers. The Herald reports around $2.7 million has been collected by Council from the tax as of last year. And Lake Macquarie Council is set to receive a grant to promote responsible pet ownership. The $10,000 state grant will go towards free microchipping in an effort to strengthen safety and animal accountability in local neighbourhoods. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says the grant will help both pet and owner.
You don't want dogs that aren't being looked after and aren't de-sexed running around. If there is a problem with a pet, if it doesn't have a microchip, it can take longer to find the owner, and that can end up badly for the pet as well. So we don't want pets ending up in pounds and staying there any longer and ending up having to be euthanized.
Sport for our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club, Fishing Expo, September 13.
The Knights made the preliminary final of the New South Wales Cup by belting Penrith 44-12 yesterday. They now face Mounties for a spot in the grand final, with the Premiers taking on Queensland Cup winners on NRL Grand Final Day. Led by first grader Clint Newton along with 5 other first graders, Newcastle made easy work of the Panthers, putting up 40 points for the second week in a row. Lakes have upset West in the real NRL semi-finals, fighting back to win 2014. Trailing 14-4, the Seagulls crossed 3 times in the last 17 minutes to seal a spot in the grand final. West will now have to take on the minor semi-final winners Macquarie for a place in the final. And Terrigal Avoca shook the monkey off their back, beating Newcastle City in the Black Diamond Cup final. City beat Terrigal in back-to-back games in August to end their undefeated streak, but the Panthers were too good in the final, winning with a score of 14-9-93 to 10-11-71. That's sport. I'm Jonathon Momsen.
2NURFM News Time 26 to 8.